Hey, welcome back. Today we're talking about bodily purity, and I'm going to read Romans 12:1 and give you some points to think about in your body and in your life and in your relationship with the Lord and in your small group. You can bring up all of this. So Romans 12:1 says this, I appeal to you, therefore, brethren, and beg of you, in view of all the mercies of God, to make a decisive dedication of your bodies, presenting all your members and faculties as a living sacrifice, holy, devoted, consecrated, and well-pleasing to God, which is your reasonable, rational, intelligent service and spiritual worship. So I just want to share a few points about that. That word body or bodies in the verse of Romans 12:1 is referring to a bodily purity. And so this simply means that as you submit or present your body to the Lord as a living sacrifice, He's going to move in you to do things to help purify yourself. Although in His economy spiritually, He has purified you and perfected you in the soulical realm, as far as you're concerned in this life, He will get you to do things to line yourself up with Him. Okay, it can be anything. Don't put anything out of bounds with Him. Give Him freedom and permission to go anywhere and do anything with your body because He owns it. Okay, so let's look at some of this body topic. So inside our body, we have our spirit. What does the spirit need? The spirit needs a birth from heaven. It needs a new birth. And I'm thinking that most of you have had that spiritual rebirth. If you haven't, you need to ask the Lord and tell Him, I want to know you. I want to be born again. I want to come into your kingdom. And you do that by faith. The second thing is that the soul inside the body needs restoration. That's what the shepherd does with the sheep. He restores their souls, right? And then the mind. What does the mind need? It needs renewal. It needs renewal. We were given the mind of Christ at salvation, but it a lot of times falls back in the gutter by default, doesn't it? And so we got to keep renewing it to align it with the Lord. What do emotions need? The Lord came to me in my bedroom in the spirit many times and said, your emotions need a voice. Your emotions need a voice. He was pressing me to face and deal with some traumas that I had just tucked away and was never going to think of again. So emotions, what do they need? They need expression. They need expression. They are a bodily function, just like perspiration or urination, and they need expression. That means they need to come out. Right? So emotions need expression. They need reception. They need someone there to receive them. And then they need to be validated. Okay? And then the next thing is that the heart is designed to do what? To be loved and to love. To exchange the bad for the good. To be forgiven and to forgive. To be received and to receive. Now notice here in this heart business that in order for the heart to love, it first must be loved. In order for the heart to forgive, it must first be forgiven. And in order for the heart to really receive, it needs to be received. So we've done the spirit, the soul, the mind, the emotions, and the heart. Now we're going to look at the will and the tongue. Those are two hard ones, aren't they? Well, they're hard because the enemy pushes back against you because he knows the damage that's going to happen to him when you do submit these to the Lord. It's hard because it's a spiritual, you release a lot of spiritual power when you submit your will and your tongue to the Lord. A lot of power in that. That's why it's so hard a lot of times to do. With the tongue, you really can't do it on your own. You have to ask for the Lord to intervene. I did. But He does, and He's so faithful. So your body, according to Romans 12:1, was designed. It was designed by God to be a living sacrifice. He's the creator. We're the creation. We are designed to be everything under Him. Everything. Our eyes are designed to be focused on Christ. That is their job. The job of your eyes is to focus on Christ. Did you know that? What are your ears designed to do? They're designed to hear the shepherd, to hear the voice of the shepherd. What were your feet designed to do? They are designed to walk the straight and narrow path all the way to heaven by the power of the Holy Spirit, and they're designed to bring the gospel to the people who need it. What were your hands designed to do? They're designed to serve the Lord and His body in whatever way that He's designed and wired you to do that, whether it's repairing a car or preparing a lesson on something or knitting a blanket for somebody. And they're designed to be lifted in praise of the one who made them. They're designed to be lifted in praise to the one who made them. Do you know that the Lord made your hands? You didn't make your own hands, and they didn't just appear out of nowhere. The Lord designed them, and one of the purposes of your hands is to be raised in praise and worship to the one who made them. All right, so this is a look at some of the elements involved in bodily purity. Don't neglect diet, exercise, relationships. All of this stuff fits into maintaining the body and bodily purity. So I just hope something that I've said is helpful, and I hope that you will pursue bodily purity in your life. It is a clean, wonderful existence. There is nothing about it that causes you to feel deprived. When the Holy Spirit leads you to do things, He will lead you to lay down one thing, and He will give you something in that place. So that the more empty space you present to Him, the more He fills it up with Himself. So it's not an issue of deprivation, it's an issue of satisfaction and contentment. Okay, I'll see you guys next time.